very empty. You know, this is a question which has been asked of all political parties in the nation. I want to give you a background. I was in parliament when the government brought a very obnoxious law. Political parties, it was Poma. And I remember that time the Minister for Internal Affairs was the Honorable Hilary Onek. The junior minister was the Honorable James Baba, who was the one who was being brought on the floor to push it. And then the Right Honorable Amama Mbabazi was the Prime Minister, and he was really the one pushing that law through our throats. It is on the record, you can go and read it from the Hansard. In my submission, I told the Right Honorable Amama Mbabazi that in Obote 1 there was a minister who was equally overzealous, like is being exhibited by the Right Honorable Amama Mbabazi. This man was the Minister for Internal Affairs called Grace Ibingira, and he brought to Parliament a bill entitled Detention Without Trial. And he exhibited a lot of zealousness, and the whole thing was approved. Unfortunately, he became his own victim of this law. And when he was caught under that same law, he tried to appeal to the late Obote. Obote said, but this is your law. So I asked the Right Honorable Amama Mbabazi, having given that background, I said, I hope, my friend, you are not going to be the first victim of your law. One day, we were in our old party headquarters, Nadana Kumbi, in my OB General Samuntu. On the screen, we saw Amama Mbabazi being arrested at Injeru by the late Kawesi. And he was driven and brought to Kira Road police station. I told my OB General Said, OB, let's go and see my friend. So when we went to Kira Road police station, the police allowed us to see the man. He was put behind there in a room. He was there sitting there. And I said, hey, my friend, how are you? What is happening here? Didn't they tell you? So in an equal way, in an equal length, the portion of length, this Poma was brought to curtail our efforts. But this law, notwithstanding, ANT as a party is not just lamenting. We have made a number of outreaches to the public and the countryside. As I talk now, as a person in charge of mobilization in ANT, we have moved to over 20 districts where we go sub-county by sub-county. 29 districts. And in each of these 29 districts, the minimum number of sub-counties we have covered is 10. I've moved to all this. And yesterday we were here in a meeting, planning where we will go. And it will come after following the relevant procedures as now put on us by Poma. We will go. And I'm quite sure you people will be aware of where we are. Why do we go out there? We go out there not to lament, but to give exposition of the present political, economic situation of this country. And telling the people how they should own these problems up and be the ones to liberate themselves. And this, I want to tie with the question of my daughter, Akelo. It is true. The youth are the majority. They account for 78% of the Ugandan population. Even when we came here, I was, he's there, colleague, with due respect, you are my son. I said, hey, my son, have you known any other regime other than that of President Museveni? He says, oh, he's the son of Museveni's regime. And as I sit here, as I said earlier on, even when I see your faces here, you are all children of Museveni's regime. So, you are the majority. Your destiny is in your hands. the destiny of this country and your own is where? In your hands. It is you to determine whether we should continue with the trajectory that we are in, or we should be able to work and make Uganda a better country. Not only for you, the young generation, but even for the future generation. Because as we see things, when I see Mr. Kumu here, myself, and my brother behind me here, and the two of them, we're actually making all these contributions, not now for ourselves, because as per the democratic structure of this country, what is supposed life? What is the life expectancy in this country now? Oh, the city is going to, what is it now? 56. So I'm just jumped it. So I'm already now living on borrowed years. Yes. Yeah, if it is 56, I'm just jumped it. So I'm already on borrowed years. Meaning that my future is short. But for you, the younger generation, yours is longer. And we will want a situation where we pass on to you, we struggle and pass on to you the battle when the country is in a better state. And that involves you, that requires your input. Well, it's the problem that we have in the countryside. Where every other thing there is, as you call it, mokati. Eh? You sell your whole livelihood for 5,000 shillings, for 500 shillings, for 1,000, you suffer for 5 years. And the leaders that you elect are not accountable to you. They don't even come back to you. And when they begin to ask them, say, but you are not coming back to us. But I bought my victory. I didn't dare pay. And you get tongue-tied. You therefore can't make any defense. So really, we need to conscientize our people. And this essence should not just be left to the active political politicians, but all spectra of people in society in this country. And more importantly, you, the fourth estate. There was the issue of the killings and abductions. Whether it is going to be more or it is going to be, whether the reports are going to be there. It's very, very unfortunate that this country has had a lot of gruesome murder cases. We talk about Mega Kigundu, we talk about Kanwa Biriga Ibrahim, Honorable, even the other attempted assassination of General Katumba, just not far away from here. You talk about the many sheikhs who have been killed, and you talk about the November killings in Kampala here in 2020, during the campaign time when Honorable Bobby Wine was arrested in Luka, in Busoga. People were killed here in Kampala. As I talk, I don't think there is any report that has come up tangibly to say, public, we have carried out investigation. This is the report that we have, the forensic information that we have obtained about who is responsible for the death of APC. Nothing has come. And when we are talking about whether there will be more killings, whether there will be more abductions, whether the abductions will stop, what was the CDF in 2020 November? What was his position? What was his position? What was General Muhoozi's position? What was his responsibility in government? Was it the commander of land forces? Was it land forces or SFC? 2020. Yes, land forces. And the killings did not take place through Air Force. The killings took place through operations of land forces. So what more do you expect now? If under the same command, these heinous killings were done, and now you are asking me whether things should be any better when the same person who was in the command has not been elevated. So I mean the answer is in your hands. You know it better than I do.